Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Insights with Dylan White. It's day 11 of our 100-day journey, and yes, it's Monday night. Yes, I'm very sick. Had a head cold thanks to a kids' party. It was a great time with getting out with friends, but this is what happens. Um, Friends and their kids get your kids and you sick. So, but we're still here. Accountability is a thing. I missed one day, can't do two in a month. So, anyway, today, like I said, we're going to dive into everything Azure Data and AI. I'm super excited about this one. It's another one, kind of like business applications from a Microsoft partner area that I am not very depth-wise knowledge in. So I'm just excited to kind of dive into a little bit about what is included. It's another area where I would love people to ask questions about so I can dive in to get a little bit more technical and in the weeds because, again, that's how we all learn. So again, thank you all for being a part of this journey with me. I think I've said this to everybody that's reached out. I'm super excited to talk about any of these that solutions areas and what it means to be a Microsoft consulting practice. Again, as part of this, I'm going to dive into a sample project for each of the areas off the top of my brain. So we'll see how it goes. Could be fun. All right, again, this will be Azure Data and AI in under 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's get to it. What does it mean to do data and AI? So for us, when we talk about data and AI from a Microsoft practice area, the Microsoft solutions area, there's lots of different ways it can go. Most people start immediately thinking either Azure SQL or start thinking Power BI, Power Platform. To answer your question, well, some of it, but not all of it. There's some really cool services, all right? So first, let's get into it. The first one is Azure Cosmos DB. Very intuitive, very application-based database service. Very important that people start learning that. I believe it's the next wave of the future. Some bit really cutting edge, bleeding edge organizations already use it. It's very cool. Next, I believe, is already at the precipice for all organizations. Our organization's testing it out for lots. I've seen lots of customer projects around it, but that is Microsoft Fabric. It is where everything data related is going. Think of it like a gigantic data lake for your entire ecosystem that you can then use for all kinds of projects. We're doing a really cool one right now around integrating Fabric with Copilot Studio, and then also with bits and pieces of OpenAI from Azure. So lots of really cool projects in that space. It's going to be crazy. I've seen a report get written off just that back end, all through Copilot from 365. It's a front end, allowing your users to just become more and more educated with just how to touch the data, not knowing how it's crafted and created. It's really cool. Just getting the data in there. Next is Azure Data Explorer. It's very powerful, but from what I've seen, just basic use cases, Azure Data Explorer allows you to basically create data from on-premises and just lift and shift it into the cloud, and then allows you to navigate that data through a front-end system in Azure. In my opinion, it's probably the most basic of all the rest of the services. Very good for customers that are having issues with just mapping their head around ground to cloud migrations or and then trying to do just a pure lift and shift. Maybe they want to get out of the data center in 90 days or something, that crazy sort. I've seen kind of projects around that. The next one, Azure Synapse Analytics, is a crazy service, very powerful from what Synapse can do. Think SQL on hyperdrive, hyperscale efforts. It's incredibly powerful for large ETL loads. It's ridiculously well served. Think of it as if comparison is like a pro Databricks, which is crazy because now we're going to talk about something in just a second that's going to be like, well, I would just do that. So let's get to the next. Power BI Embedded. Again, remember this is Azure Data and AI. So Power BI Embedded allows you to take your data warehouse and Power BI Embedded that right all through Azure. This Azure Data Factory. It's very cool, but it does have a lot of processing data that's required. So we'll see a lot of ETL transformations because of it. And again, this is data engineering at its finest. Everything in here is very data engineering heavy. You'll see some, and I emphasize some data analytics on here, but most of it is data engineering, data science. The last one being Azure Databricks. For those of you that ever heard of Databricks as a platform, very, very large data platform that has now allowed Microsoft to have direct instances of it built in Azure, built for Azure, built securely in Azure from the get-go. Once you bring your own data, it's not security anymore. I would say that. Um, but Azure Databricks has the same functionality of Databricks, same GUI, same interface to allow engineers to just basically move seamlessly into the cloud, leveraging Azure platform. You'll see a lot of other services. Microsoft does that way, right? OpenAI being one, SAP being one. There's all kinds of VMware solution, right? Allowing you to have that seamless transition, right? Very low time to gain and realize value, right? So it's very important from a data science standpoint that you have as little lean time as possible. So projects are moving quick and expeditiously, usually because business data doesn't move slow. So, with that being said, really quick again, Azure Databricks, Power BI embedded, Synapse Analytics, Data Explorer, Data Factory, Fabric, and Azure Cosmos DB all live inside of what's known as the Azure Data and AI Microsoft Partner Solutions area. Very, very ingrained into the data science world. It's lots going on there. Lots to pass my brain, right? Lots of Python, Jupyter notebooks. Very, very interesting stuff. Just very complicated, and I need a whiteboard for it. So, if any of you are very well educated on the data and AI space, please let me know. I'd love to get 20, 30 minutes of your time and just pick your brain, especially around the Fabric area, because I've seen a lot of projects pick up around that, and I'd love to know more. So, that being said, I'm super excited as I talk about that one to talk about everything digital and app innovation tomorrow. Again, it's Monday. Hopefully tomorrow I'll feel a little bit better after eating some Ricolas. If anybody has any free game on, can you do a head cold besides water and just water? Just let me know. Yes, I've been taking airborne. So again, family, thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for cheering me on. And as always, thank you for spending the gift of today with me while we think about the mystery of if I get better tomorrow and the history of how we just all get to survive this lovely world together, and hopefully we learn one day from the next. Again, thank you guys. If you love the content, let me know in the comments below. As always, like, follow, subscribe if you like it. See y'all tomorrow.